Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the second richest person in Britain, took over Manchester United with promises of change and a new era. But what fans expected to be a wave of trophies has instead turned into a storm of budget cuts, layoffs, and uncertainty. Under Ratcliffe's leadership, the club is not splashing money on star players. It's cutting costs at every turn. This focus on efficiency has had far-reaching consequences, not just for the team, but for everyone involved with Manchester United. When the 2024 season began, Ratcliffe made his move by laying off 250 employees, claiming it was necessary to make the club financially sustainable. But this wasn't just a one-time move. Ratcliffe's austerity measures have continued, with reports suggesting another 200 layoffs are coming soon. He's even gone as far as threatening Manchester United staff, demanding they return to the office and threatening layoffs if they don't comply. Meanwhile, the charity arm of the club, which has helped retirees and supported humanitarian causes for decades, is also feeling the pressure. Pension funds for retired players have been slashed by half, and support for causes like funeral costs and children's assistance is shrinking. It's not just the employees who are affected. Legends like Sir Alex Ferguson, who had been earning millions as a club ambassador, saw their contracts not renewed or significantly reduced. Other Manchester United legends, such as Dennis Irwin and Andy Cole, had their salaries cut, though the club won't disclose by how much. It's clear that under Ratcliffe, even the most iconic figures at United are feeling the financial strain. In the FA Cup final, the staff received no free perks, unlike before. They had to pay for their own travel, food, and accommodation, with some even having to fork out £20 for a bus ride to Wembley. This cutback angered Bruno Fernandes, who offered to pay the extra costs for the staff from his own pocket. But the offer was rejected. It was another sign of how tough things had become for those working behind the scenes. The January 2025 transfer window was another wake-up call. Despite spending £206 million in the summer, the club had no funds left for new players. To make matters worse, when players like Marcus Rashford and Antony were loaned out, Manchester United still had to cover a large portion of their wages. The club, under Ratcliffe, claimed to be saving money, but in reality, they're still spending big on wages for players who aren't even playing for them. And despite all the cost-cutting, Ratcliffe's approach still hasn't led to profits. Reports from BBC show that Manchester United suffered a net loss of £113.2 million for the 2023-2024 season. After June 2024, additional costs, like compensation for the manager, new transfers, and restructuring fees, have further stretched the finances. In the middle of all this, Ratcliffe spent a staggering £47.8 million on strategic matters, including severance packages, compensation for new hires, and legal fees. This is the kind of spending that seems to contradict the idea of efficiency. So, what's really happening at Manchester United? What fans hoped would be a period of financial sustainability now feels like a club on the brink. The budget cuts, layoffs, and financial mismanagement are turning a once proud institution into a shadow of itself. Will this be the end of the Red Devils as we know them? Only time will tell.